let's tell you about what is happening when it comes to India, because little over 2 months after the US attack on Iran disrupted the world's energy situation, the government has given a first clear signal that its capacity to absorb the surge in the prices has run thin. India's oil marketing companies have announced a steep 33 jump in the 19 kgs commercial LPG cylinder prices. One commercial cylinder now will be costing you in the national capital 3,071 rupees. The hike has sent anxiety rippling across the visible and invisible network of big, medium and small businesses that feed Indians every day. So let me tell you more about this and what impact could it have on your pocket as well. Impact number one is that pressure on the households' monthly budgets under pressure. LPG hike will be raising the kitchen cost is what we are learning so far. Impact number two is that the travel cost will also go up as petrol and diesel price hike could be likely. Costlier commute, auto, cab and the bus fares prices may also rise in the coming days. Impact number three is the inflation spike risk. Transport cost pushes prices up. In fact, essentials may now get costlier is what we are learning so far. But there is also an effect of this, because we're learning that a letter has been written by the Bangalore Hotels body that has been written to the Prime Minister, and their demand is to roll back a reduction of the LPG price hike. Demand number two is GST cut on the commercial LPG to 5% parity, and demand number three is ensure uninterrupted and adequate LPG supply. Those are the demands by the Bangalore business body and a letter that they have written to the Prime Minister. Listen in.
जिस तरह राहुल गांधी जी ने और कांग्रेस ने आशंका जताई थी कि गैस के दाम तो ट्रेलर फिल्म अभी बाकी, पेट्रोल डीजल के दाम भी बढ़ेंगे, कल से खबरें आ रही।
Bharatiya Janata Party had fooled the people of our country by this very big message campaign by none less than the Prime Minister कि बहुत हुई महंगाई की मार. People today are really getting the hit of the price rise.
We are, with all difficulties, Modi government has maintained the price of the petrol, diesel and domestic LPG as it is, and even LNG, that is the natural piped natural gas.
सर, इन मोदी जी की जो समझदार और संवेदनशील सोच रही है, उसका नतीजा रहा है कि भारत के लोग इस वैश्विक विभीषिका के दौर में, युद्ध की विभीषिका के दौर में, और लोगों पर कम से कम भारत के लोगों पर असर पड़े या बिल्कुल ना असर पड़े, इसके लिए कोशिश हुई है.
The bigger question is, how long will the no hike in petrol and diesel prices last? Now, to shield the consumer, the government, remember, last month they had slashed the excise duty on petrol and diesel by 10%, by 10 rupees per litre. Opposition that time said that relief was only till the election, and now the pain will start. The central government has now reacted on that, saying that it absorbed the shock at the fiscal system rather than passing it on to the consumer for 60 whole days. Listen in.
The first responsibility in terms of the objectives set out by the Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji, was to keep India supplied. Let me be plain. When a global supply chain faces disruption of 20 to 30% on important routes and products, no country can be insulated from the shock. Freight costs rise, insurance costs rise, cargoes are delayed, and every important country is forced to make hard choices.
Let me go across to my colleague Dev, who's been tracking all the reactions that are coming in from the national capital. Dev, the politics has essentially started over the price hike as far as LPG is concerned, but the opposition parties are saying that in the coming days there will be a massive increase in the diesel and the petrol prices as well. Take us through how the government has really reacted to this. We just heard Hardeep Puri. He said that they tried for the last 60 days and have been attempting to not pass the prices on to the consumers.
Well, yes, absolutely. This has blown up into a full-scale political war of words as well, with the opposition parties targeting the BJP. In fact, Rahul Gandhi had even called the price hike an election bill. He had been warning right from the start, saying that the day elections are over, within 2-3 days post that the prices will be increased, and the people are only being fooled as to believing the fact that they are going to remain the same. However, since February, this is the third such increase, and overall until now an 81% rise in LPG cylinders has been reported. So you can really understand that around 3,071 rupees to be very precise is what the cost right now of a 19 kg cylinder is. However, the government continues to stress on the fact that the domestic LPG prices continue to remain the same, but the most badly affected and hit are the canteens and a lot of eateries, cloud kitchens, dhabas, government-run canteens, etc. That we also saw in the last 1.5 to 2 months face a severe crunch of gas as well. People were paying exorbitant prices as far as individual households are also concerned. While the government confidently continued to maintain the fact throughout this period that there is no shortage reported, we also saw reports from several parts of India and in the national capital as to how people were forced to buy at really expensive rates, and they were forced to also stand in queues to try and procure something as basic as a 5 kg cylinder as well. However, the opposition has been targeting and has been coming down very heavily on the BJP, saying that while you promised that things would remain same, the prices have definitely increased.
Saying that the relief that was given by the government was only till the elections, and now the pain will start trickling down to the consumer is what we're learning so far. The reactions that are coming in from the opposition parties, mainly the Congress party there. Thanks so much, Dave, for getting us all those details. With this, a very short break. More news and updates on the other side.